Hello, and welcome to the Coffee Chaos and Curriculum podcast. I'm Linda Bindall, and I'm here today with Ms. Ashley Barta and Ms. Rita Roberts. Today is episode 4, and we are so glad you could join us because we have missed you guys so much. So we are ready to dive in and have a little coffee this morning and hopefully a good conversation. How are
Can
you
you
guys doing?
believe? Oh my goodness. I'm good. Can you believe it's been a month since we recorded our
I know,
last one?
Yeah,
like we don't talk every day, but
Right.
here we are.
Summer.
yeah. Oh my gosh, it's going by so fast.
It really is.
It's fine. It's fine. And we were, trying to find a perfect time to record with the multiple things that we do. Like right now, we're probably going to have some little Barta guest stars within the podcast episode because they won't leave me alone today. It's like they like me or something.
Yeah. No,
Oh my gosh.
you really need to take your kids to school so you're not around them all the time. Did I tell you
Oh,
about my
yes.
dog story? Did I tell you about my dog story?
No.
Oh my
tell us.
gosh, I've got this little basset that we've had now since 2020, and we love her to death. And we're out here in the country now, and she had to go out. And so we let her out in the yard, and she was like 15 minutes. And then she comes back in, and she's got her little paw, and she's so sad, right? And man, you know, it was just awful. But you know what? I didn't let her cry. We actually took her to the vet. She was stung by an Arizona bark scorpion.
Oh my
I mean,
gosh.
totally. Yeah, I know, right? It swelled up to like the size of a baseball, her little paw,
Yeah.
and it was really sad. We had all the whole vet team around her, and she came home with a bandage, much happier and comfortable. And I'm glad I listened to her, man. I could have just let her walk around and just cry and but I didn't do that. I took
It's
care of
probably
business because
it's probably pretty
I
common
love
out there.
I love my family members, and my dog is one of them. So.
Hey, we understand it. We got 3 dogs, so I understand that. But a scorpion is wild.
It really hurt her. I mean, she was so miserable, and she was trying to be brave, but she's a basset, so that
Do
had to
they
So
hurt
she's
for
a big
real.
baby.
What
do
what?
they treat scorpion bites like they do like a bee sting or more like a
Like a snake bite.
So I mean, I wondered if it was a snake bite at first. She didn't want anybody to touch it, but this biggest concern is like breathing problems, like a bee sting. But it swelled up like a snake bite, poor thing, and it was hot, and then it kind of like abscessed. Don't want to get gross, but I mean, it was like it happened on a weekend, and so we were treating it, and the vet saw
Hold on.
us
It's a
that
homeschool podcast. We should really put educational photos up of this abscess because there's some
Oh,
out there that
wait a minute.
and
I don't
moms.
know. I don't know.
no, I
I
could
don't
I could
know.
totally share pictures of Maggie and her little vet wrapped paw, but
Oh my
um,
gosh.
she's doing so much better now. We love her to death, and it was just pathetic.
We had a wiener dog, a little one. I don't know. Sophie was probably less than 10 pounds. And she got stung by a bee in her snout. And we didn't know it. And she came in, and her, the long wiener dog snout was massive. And
Oh my
she, looked like her teeth were curled up. And we couldn't figure out what happened to her. And so I took her to the vet, and that's what they alluded to was a bee sting.
Poor
And
thing.
like a week later, she ate a diaper and landed herself in a situation where she had to spend the night in the vet office. So
What in
that
the
dog
world?
that week was a very expensive dog. Had nothing to do with the bee sting, but
Oh my gosh. Well, a diaper is wild. Absolutely
Yeah,
wild.
the
never a dull moment.
absorbent beads, I guess, can be very not good for dogs because they'll
Yeah,
expand in their stomach.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
that dog, it was not a good situation.
Well, you
Oh
guys
well.
remember, what was it last year? You remember last year I was making that reel where I was like holding up the curriculum, like Minju Fish. You guys remember that? And I got
Yeah.
attacked, and my dog got attacked. We all got stung, and her whole eye and face
No.
was all swollen. It was so bad. The poor baby. She got it worse than I did, but oh my gosh, so bad. Dangerous out there.
It's
Yeah,
dangerous out there.
It's dangerous. A homeschool mom walks out in the woods with curriculum. What can happen?
There's
We
so
need to
much,
do
so
that
much.
again. Like now that like my daughter is in high school, her curriculum is a little heavier than it was when she was younger.
Yeah.
So I need to like maybe stack up and
Like
show my
heavier, like
muscle.
Yeah.
intellectually, or heavy, like is in.
Both.
Heavy in both. Both, yes.
We'll get you a
We
little scale so you can like hold it up.
we it's funny because I know you guys know this because we've been talking, but when we did elementary science, we did the brother and sister duo, and it was a read aloud book with a lot of hands-on experiments. It was great, but it was very minimal, right? And now, oh my goodness, boys.
This is real life. I mean, you
Really?
can't make this up. Yeah.
It's all right.
So funny. He doesn't want to be held, and his older brother is just holding him and not letting him play with the blocks on the floor. I mean, it's a whole thing. But anyways, finishing my thought, and then I'm gonna mute myself so I can take care of this chaos. Now we're using Apologia, and Apologia, well, it's
That's
like
that's my favorite
Yeah.
science. Yeah.
it's crazy.
It
You
is
know,
a hefty curriculum, though.
It is. It
It's a lot.
is. I actually used it. My daughter went to a D1 college. She got a scholarship to go there, and she was working her way through chemistry. You know, I took a lot of chemistry, getting my degree in biomed, and I was like, "Here, let me grab my Apologia book that I still have." And I literally walked her back through like a refresher, some of the stuff she was doing in college, and she did great in that class. Um, so yeah,
I mean, I do
she got
think
an
that
A in
is
that
the plus
class.
side. Yeah, the plus side of having a hefty curriculum like that is that it's setting them up for success for those college level classes. So even though it's a
Yeah,
little bit challenging, you can go back and go back through it and take your
yeah.
time to really, absorb the information. So,
So a lot of
um,
people criticize Apologia because it's a Christian-based science curriculum, but it's weighty, like
yeah,
intellectually weighty,
yeah,
and you can do it online, so it's not so heavy to you can't carry it out in the woods. But I really like it because the dimensional analysis portion, especially in the chemistry, I've used it to tutor kids coming out of the public schools, and they don't understand anything. It's like that dinosaur to man thing. Oh, never mind. So but they don't understand how to do science, and
yeah,
I teach them using, I say, can you get this curriculum? Can you get your hands on it? It's really straightforward. It just lays it out there. I really like the
yeah.
authors. And I've compared a lot of different science curriculums, secular and non-secular, and it's definitely one of my favorites. So,
We have been using the biology apologia, and
mhm.
my daughter's, last year she was clubbing a lot, and that's what we used. We studied that biology
Yep.
textbook, and she was able to go in and do great on the club test. So,
Yep.
um,
Yep.
I
She will
it speaks
score
for itself, and
higher
we're
than her
not
peers.
exactly,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, I know
we
you're not.
we lean on the side of not, religious. And so we're
Wait,
always
wait,
looking for those secular.
back the truck up. You mean, okay, so I'm teaching from a religious point of view, but you're secular. I thought all homeschoolers were religious.
No, it's wild, right? We're just a melting pot of people. Just
We really are. I think it's
we really are.
crazy to think about all three, like just us three, and how
Oh yeah,
different we all three
Yeah.
homeschool, but yet we're
Yeah.
all three using Apologia. All three of us
Hey,
decided
what does
on the
that
same
say about
curriculum.
Apologia? They need to sponsor us. I
They
feel like
really
we're
do.
just plugging them in
Okay,
here.
but there's more than that. I mean, it's academic rigor, right? So it trains your
Mhm.
mind how to work a certain way. I think for me, I like curriculums that can break things down into bite-sized pieces, but maintain the rigor. So this
Yeah.
morning I was working on taxonomy worksheets in my Master's of Education class, and I couldn't get the AI to understand the taxonomy, so I had to do it by hand and feed it to it in little spoon-sized bits. I'm like, no, this isn't chordata. You have to do something. I'm sorry, I won't use technical terms. But
You're
I'm
over
just
here
a
teaching
stupid
AI,
homeschooler. What
making
do
it
I
stronger.
know? What do I know? I'm just a stupid homeschool mom, right?
Yes. How dare you?
Oh,
You're
how
so
dare us
selfish.
do our other, education goals and learn right alongside of our kids and show them a really
Yeah.
good example. And how dare us? Oh my goodness.
You know,
I
Yeah.
I don't know what's wrong with people. It's like, you can stay in your lane or not stay in your lane. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think some lanes
sometimes
were
I like
definitely
to
crossed.
sometimes I see those people on the interstate and I call them in right away.
Cut me off in traffic. It's like, if I weren't a Christian and I was Linda, what would I say to that person?
Ooh, what would I
I
say? I would say that you're an idiot. That's what I would say.
go
I
back to
mean,
campus
hey,
education. Look
the
at
the
this.
cojones to just even speak on a topic that you don't know anything about publicly is wild. Um, and then to come back and double down, she got what she deserved. I think she got ate up.
Generalizations sometimes work, but not all the time.
She really put some things out there in the world, some strong opinions. You know.
But I think about the book Educated. We've all read
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Whether
Yeah.
you homeschool or not, it's one of the best on the bestsellers
Yeah.
list. I read it and I thought, you had such a terrible childhood. Your parents did not educate you, but somehow you ended up going to an Ivy League school and becoming a successful author. So every time I talk, guys, today, every time I talk,
He's
he's
sensing it.
so mad at his
I
brother,
think
and then his brother
Aw.
teases him to an oblivion.
sounds about right.
He took
Yeah.
a crayon, I think. So nobody's upset, but we're still upset because we're a toddler. But I mean, I think I look at that book and I think you totally train of thought gone. Mom brain engaged.
Mom brain.
But that's the thing. I mean, we have to balance real life, but we're engaged with our kids moment to moment. We
Hmm.
don't miss this precious time. I look back on that time that Ashley's dealing with. I've got an 18-year-old son. He's gone. He's working. He's in college. Is it it was difficult then when he was a toddler, but I miss playing with his little curls at the nape of his neck. I miss teaching him how to read, the light bulb moments when we sat
Yeah.
down and they learned how to read. Nobody can
Yeah.
take that memory away from me. That is precious to me, so precious. Every single one of my
Yeah.
children, I saw that light bulb go off when they learned to read because I was there.
Yeah.
I
It's
knew
it, it's
they
so
could read.
magical.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you did it. You taught them.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, yeah.
so
Well,
I'm
we
I mean,
learned together.
yeah.
Well,
It's
I think
awesome.
about it. No, go ahead.
Sorry, Ashley. I
No,
was just
that's
gonna say
okay.
I want to replace it. I love hanging out with my kids,
Yeah.
and it has made us so close as a family unit that I think a lot of people kind of miss that. They get kind of swept up in that chaos of all the extracurriculars, and the public school seems to really make sure you stay busy, right? They give you a ton of homework after school, and you don't get that much family time. And I think that's something that a lot of people really miss out on. So that's
Well, we
all.
tried school. Yeah, we tried school, and he would come home as a kindergartner with 2 hours of work. And I was like, "What? Why? I just do 2 hours and let him go play outside." And
Right.
we got all of that family time back. And as a military homeschooler, when my husband was active duty, the deployment schedule was so intense that when he was home, we wanted to spend time with him.
Yeah. Yep.
Um,
Yeah.
people
We have a
people are
strict,
finite.
we have a strict rule that usually when my husband has time off, like we automatically take that break because we school year round. So it's a little bit easier.
Yeah,
We're a little bit flexible when it comes to our time and being able to step away just to have that time with him. So
I
that's something
respect
that
that so much. I respect you so much for doing that whole year of school. That's amazing. But you take like big breaks, right?
we do take big breaks, and if we want to just go on a trip somewhere or, take 2 weeks and, go to
Yeah,
Virginia or wherever, then we're going to go do that. And it'll be fine. The schoolwork will be there when we get back, and the kids are still reading,
yeah,
so it doesn't matter.
yeah, yeah. Oh my gosh, your kids read? Wait,
They
they
do.
read on their own? Are you telling me they read on their own like they read?
Wait,
They
do
read
they
so
read
much.
above grade level or below grade level?
Ooh, honestly, above. But fun fact,
Wow.
my oldest son didn't start reading until he was 10. He would not read. He hated reading. It was like a pulling teeth. And then something just clicked, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I'll read." And then it was like 2 months he was reading chapter books. It happened so quick. So
Mhm.
I actually, from a ex kindergarten public school teacher. So ideally, you're teaching every kindergartner how to read. And if they can't read, in theory, they may get held back,
yeah.
um, flagged for some extra services, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, the tears.
I
Yeah.
I had a class of 90% boys, and that class was so hard because they wouldn't sit and attend and read.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I had to get very creative that year. My classroom was the noisiest in the hallway. My class was, it was a very, very difficult year. And I'm so glad now that I had that class because as a homeschool mom, it's, if you don't like the Bob books, my daughter will still go, oh, the Bob books. Because that was what,
Love
or
the
the
Bob
100
books.
Easy Lessons to Learn. They're a little
Yeah.
dry. They're like the Dick and Jane
Yeah.
books of our
Yeah.
era, And she hated them, absolutely hated them. And because of that one class that I had, I was like, we got to try something different. So we picked up the Piggy and Gerald books because it's an elephant and a pig, and they have the blurbs above. I don't know if you guys have the Mo Willems
Haven't.
books. They're
Yeah.
amazing, but they have their dialogue. So it's not just her reading or your child reading to you. You have to partake because then you say, am I Piggy or am I Gerald? And then that was how we learned to read. So back to my like long little goose trail of traffic there that I just went down. I think that public school makes it's just another example of how they stick those kids in a box. And if you can't
Yeah.
complete the box, you can't move on. But kids are
Yeah.
always taking information in. So if you're constantly reading out loud to them or not absorbing. Wow, I told you this was not a good day to do a podcast. My brain is like, woo! They're constantly absorbing all of that information. So if they're not completing that box, they're still taking in that information. So
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
it doesn't surprise me that your child didn't want to read till he was 10. And maybe it wasn't
He
because he
could.
couldn't
Yeah.
read. He just
Exactly.
didn't want to. And then
He
there
has
was
the
that brain
interest in
block.
it. Yeah.
And if you would have had him in public school,
He would
he
have
would have,
been held back.
yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
held back.
Yep. We'd probably be on an
Self
IEP. It would be a whole
confidence.
thing.
Yeah,
Yep.
self confidence
Yeah.
would have been tanked.
Yeah.
You know, there's another company that we've worked with that we know some of the founders, Learning RX, like
Yep.
name drop. Maybe
Yep.
they want to sponsor our podcast. But they
Oh, I
talk,
love them.
I
yeah,
know.
they talk about a lot of things where it's not just a learned thing that they're never going to get past, and sometimes piling on those accommodations don't always work.
Right.
Yeah.
We're,
So
you know,
my
we're
my
doing other
daughter
things.
my daughter worked with Learning RX. I don't know if you know that. She did some of their therapies, and it was great. I mean, it was cognitive retraining, but she has a special condition where her eyes don't talk to her brain in the right way. And the way that I found that out is because she was having such a hard time reading. And it was my homeschool mom community that came around me and told me, hey, you need to take her to a special neuro optometrist and have her tested. I had never heard of this thing before. I thought if your visual acuity was fine, then you were fine. You could read, right?
Right.
And it
But
wasn't
there was a
dyslexia.
disconnect. Yeah.
Yeah. And it wasn't dyslexia. So everybody thinks it's either visual acuity or it's got to be dyslexia because they don't know anything else. But there is a
Right.
whole realm of CVIs out there that where the brain doesn't quite or the eyes don't communicate at the same rate to the brain. And so it creates a lot of problems. And she actually had migraines with those and different things. Ended up going to neurology. But you know what the school told me? The combination school district that I'm not going to mention because they'll get in trouble. They said, keep her at home because we can't do any better for her at the school. All they were going to give her was a plastic strip with an acrylic strip with to help her not skip lines because she would read one line and then go back and
Yeah.
read the same word over and over again or skip a line or skip down to it. It was so frustrating for her. And we had to do some vision therapy for her, but it's a different story. But
I mean, honestly, I wish more public schools would say, hey, we're at our limits, there's not much more we can offer your daughter. I feel like that would be extremely helpful.
well, I think idea or the FAPE, like a free public education, free access to public education, right? Ashley, you know about this.
Yep, free appropriate.
And so
yeah,
they're not legally supposed to say, but how appropriate is it all the time?
Yeah.
Well, it's not, and I think that's we want it to be. The laws say that it should be. In theory, it should be. I think that there's a lot of well-meaning teachers out there that try to do
for sure.
everything that they possibly can. But think about how we are sometimes tapped out. We have to then lean on our homeschool mom friends for answers, for advice.
Right.
Like in our case, we have to have a therapy team and doctors and all of those things. But as a public school teacher, you have 30 kids versus your few that you have at home, and you're trying to do all of the things. But also you have that administration and the laws kind of leaning down on you, where as a homeschool mom, you kind of can do whatever you want. Not whatever you want.
Well,
within the, you can seek out
Wait, hold on
vision
now.
therapy. Right. You can seek out vision therapy or things like that you're going to just try. Like it
Right. You have a little bit more
right?
freedom.
And where as a public school teacher, I can suspect vision, but I don't have the authority to diagnose. I don't have the authority to even bring in a specialist. I have to have the administration and the school district to approve it, or talk the parent into spending more money.
Right.
But sometimes
And the parents,
that's not the case either.
The parents expect, so you're going to spend the time on it anyway as a parent, right? You have to have the feedback from the school. So we just kind of cut out the middleman and just do it ourselves. And the homeschool mom community is so rich. I mean, you guys are so educated. I mean, just amazing human beings. The places you've been, the education you have. I totally respect you guys. I mean, it's
I can't
just
do
amazing.
that. I'll do it this way.
Oh
I
my
mean, you'd
goodness.
think that we'd be all wearing prairie dresses and milking the cow out back, and
You would
you know.
think. You would think. But
Hold
no,
on, I
mean,
do really want a cow.
yes.
they're so expensive right now. Oh my gosh! Don't get me started.
Everybody wants a cow.
Oh my God. We all want
I
cows.
don't, but I really think that it's sad that it's always one against the other. Like it's
Yeah,
always like public school against homeschool or homeschoolers against public school. And I think
yeah,
we all have to just remember whatever works for your family is the best practice, right? I, if public school would have worked for us, I probably wouldn't be a homeschooler because I was a public school teacher. But I saw how it failed a big group of children and families. And that's why we have all of the options that we have. And I think that everybody deserves those options. And that's the
Yeah.
whole like that's the whole end stop. Like I just feel like
yeah.
everybody deserves
Right.
what works for them.
So you're talking
Right.
about school choice, and I'm taking masters right now. I'm sitting for a master's, and I'm a candidate. And so I went to the NEA site and I looked up. They just had a convention, and they're talking about aligning with people that are against school choice. And actually, what they say is they want to align with people that are for fully funded public schools. And here in my area in Central South Texas, they are closing a prominent middle school because it has failed for 4 consecutive years. 4 consecutive years. They have made an F grade in our state. Um, so I think that would be against what the teachers are all finding new jobs, but all the students are being moved to different schools.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
it's really sad. So, but they failed 4 years in a row. So I
Yeah.
understand teachers' fears about losing their jobs to school choice. And so the alignment of the NEA, which is a professional teacher or association, I can kind of see that. But at the same time, don't we want our kids to be educated? Why can't we all
Right.
work together?
Right. That is interesting. I love him so much. He's so cute.
If we would have recorded this podcast earlier today, it would have been
No,
so much better.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You know,
Life.
life is happening so much. Oh my gosh. Well,
That's why we call
that
it
is
chaos in
that
curriculum.
is chaos. I mean, between the three of us, we really hold that chaos title. Oh my gosh. So, okay. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. You were talking about those schools and their ratings. Do you think that's due to funding or what is it?
See, I don't think it's due to funding. It's in one of the wealthier parts of the state.
Oh,
They have a lot of tax base. So, you might say the students that go there, like it's a business tax base, they get a lot of tax dollars from these big
mhm.
tech businesses that are in the area. So you would think and it's a beautiful school. I'm not
Oh wow.
sure
Why
what
they're failing?
yeah, I haven't looked at the numbers, so I can't say, but I mean, it seems like a zero sum game. Like everybody believes it's one or the other.
Mhm.
How do you guys feel about that? On the spot, put you on the spot.
Uh, you are putting me on the spot. I don't know how I feel about that, Rita. I know here funding has played a large role in the local school districts and the lack of funding. I know I had brought that up earlier this week to you guys because I was baffled that one of the local school districts a lot of enrollment well, their enrollment numbers are down, which is affecting
Yeah.
their um, their funding, right? Because they need enrollment for that funding.
Mhm.
But then we have like infrastructure going up in the city, so there's more students, but there's like a weird gap between like funding and then the influx of more kids, and it's like straining the school system. Like they are unable to support those kids, and that's really hard to see because it just like you, it's in a good area. Like if the town itself is known for horse racing, and like Olympic trainers come here for horse racing, so it's a well established old money town, and it's failing. So I'm not really sure.
So, Texas has a lot of immigration coming in, so it does tend to tax the school districts on the border, but they're actually doing better. I'm not sure if that's because Elon Musk has poured a lot of money in there because of the spaceport.
Right.
But that's where I grew up, and it was always very poor, and we were always very strained. But up here, a little closer to the capital of Texas, I mean, there is a huge tax base, and they've got data centers and different things, and 4 years in a row, and they can't. Something's going wrong, and I can't tell you what that is, but I understand that typical student in Texas, they spend over $10,000, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, $10,000 a student. How much do you guys spend on educating your students as a homeschooler? I know that I can spend way less than 1% of that
Oh
and
yeah,
still get
I
the
spend
job
way
done.
less. I thrive on free resources. I mean, most of our
Yeah.
stuff is free or used. I'm not out there paying full price for a lot of things. I think the most expensive thing I paid for this year was my daughter's extracurriculars because she's getting a little bit higher up with her
Hmm.
art. So unfortunately, we have to pay for that. So
Yeah.
but even still, I'm not spending that much money. I wish I was. I bet
But
it would probably look.
here's the thing though. Like if extracurriculars, parents are still paying for those in the public school system.
Oh yeah, 100%, and
You
it's
know,
That's
super
right. They
expensive.
are.
I think of club sports,
Yeah.
parents are saying, well, yeah, my kid is playing high school basketball, but to
Yeah.
compete to get a
Yeah,
college spot, they're
Traveling
paying
teams.
for traveling
yeah,
teams, club
Yeah.
level, those
yeah.
How
types
do they do
of
that? Oh my
programs.
gosh.
It's so much,
Well,
and to
so
have
there's
multiple kids,
yeah,
Yeah.
there's
so
no
they're
way.
still paying out of pocket and the school systems are still running out of money and still failing.
So how do you
Yeah.
feel like is it an invisible tax? Because I mean, how much are we able to work as like that's the other criticism I hear a lot. It's like, oh, well, this is a patriarchy, and we're all women and we're all here being the homeschool mom. I mean, how do you guys feel about that? Is that like just keeping us women down? I mean, like oppressing us because you know, we've all worked from home too. We've all done jobs
Well,
and
yeah,
done
yeah,
this. Like,
I think
that is true.
it's oppressive if you let it be oppressive, because I have never
That's a good way to put it.
once thought that just because I homeschooled or just because I stayed at home, I can't do something.
Right.
yeah.
Sometimes it's not
I think
possible for
you're,
me to
but you're
look
rare, Ashley.
you
You know,
know, oh, I don't know. It's,
I will say.
I'm
So
just
another thing,
curious.
talking about the public schools here, a big thing in South Carolina has been the ESAs, right? And how that's
Yeah.
affecting the public school system, right? Because South Carolina and I think even Georgia, they both have scholarship programs for homeschoolers, right? So a lot of families are like, "Oh, we want some of that funding, we want a part of that."
Yeah.
And I think there is a consequence on the back end of that that's kind of affecting those public school systems. To what end, I'm not really sure, but um, it's something that has been a huge battle here the past 2 years. I think they tried to limit the amount of and people enrolled for those programs, but it failed this year. So the numbers went up. So that's something I've been keeping my eye on. But I guess that could truly affect just like the public education system here if they're taking that funding
Mhm.
that normally would come from the taxpayers into the public education system. If they're taking that and then funneling it into those ESAs, maybe there's an offset there.
Okay, so what we've said is that, overall the numbers of kids have been reduced except for the immigration, right, of people coming across the
Yeah.
border, and we're obligated to educate those kiddos, which are all actually, if English is not their first language, and sometimes it is, if English is not their first language, then that's extra time in the classroom, right? And so how much money, I know they only offer like $2,000 here for homeschool students in Texas, and you have to be very poor. You have to be under the poverty level to get this money. And they had quite a few takers. But the schools can't accuse us of taking money away from them, because if one of our kids signs up for an extracurricular course here in Texas and that school has opted in to take them, for every extracurricular to sign up for, that school gets $1,500. So if they sign up for band and track, that's $3,000 right there, and the homeschooler's only getting $2,000
Yeah.
from the state.
Right.
Unless I'm sure somebody will correct me if I'm wrong on that, but we did not
Yeah,
do
I
that
don't know.
this year because I know other people that don't do it as well on bands of like,
Right.
okay, there's strings that come with some of this ESA money, and
Oh, definitely. I saw it in California. They just kept, making those requirements just tighter and tighter every year. So a lot of families, they were like, what? They were really unhappy about it, and they should be. But I think that's the cost of receiving those funds. If you're going to take money from the government, they're going to want to have a say. So I think just understanding that, and a lot of new homeschoolers coming in, I think they see that money, and they get really excited, but they don't really
yeah.
understand the consequences. So,
Well, Arizona was like that. Ashley, you and I were in Arizona about the same time, and we did the ESA then, and they just started cracking down on that, and like it got really, they doxed
And
us all.
Yeah, and I think
That's
you were
insane.
there right before I came in when you were kind of leaving. And
Yeah.
so I got in on the old system and the new system. And I think the old system is fine because we still had to have a paper trail and
Yep.
prove what we were doing. I mean, a lot of the times we even had to attach a lesson plan to the receipt to show that we were doing X, Y, and Z. And then they moved to a class wallet where you couldn't
Yeah.
spend anything unless it was in that marketplace. So it was
Yeah.
pre-approved
Yep.
items. It was great for us during COVID because the libraries and things were shut down. So we bought a lot of books on Amazon, and it saved us because we didn't have a library. But I do know from a special needs standpoint, a lot of families use that ESA money for extra therapies, equine therapy, vision therapy,
Yep.
things that
Yeah.
the school wouldn't have even been able to offer anyways.
That's
And
right.
so I think, and this might sound wrong, so I hope one of you can clarify it or make it sound different, so I'm not in trouble for saying it like this. But back to free appropriate education, if my student is in public school, in theory they get everything that they need to thrive. But if I'm homeschooling them, doing what the school would do, but not taking funds from the school, but getting ESA to get the extra things, how am I hurting the public school? I'm not. I'm actually freeing up space for another
And
kiddo
yeah,
that
exactly.
needs those
Yeah.
services. And I'm also helping my child to thrive. So again, why is
Right.
why are we even arguing about it? Why are we all sitting at the table doing that tit for tat, like public
Yeah.
schools stink, homeschoolers are
Right.
dumb? You know,
Yeah.
why are we doing that? And why aren't we
Right.
thinking about the child? I think
Right.
So
as a whole, the United States, I think, has forgotten like what we're really doing. Like it's not one entity against another. It's just
well
kids
said.
in the center of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know that bill that was in Congress that you sent us the article about, the Forbes article that got voted down? I think there were 3 Republican votes and then it was like straight line party vote. Like, I'm not going to get into politics here, but they voted it down. It would have opened up areas
Yeah.
around military bases for, like education experimental zones, like micro schools and pods and classical schools and stuff like that. That sounded so awesome.
Right.
Why did they vote that down? It's because of what Ashley was saying. It's like us against them. It's like
Right.
zero sum game. Like,
Well, and that
we're
article was interesting because it said that it's not just the child's education that suffers, it's the readiness of
yeah,
our military. So,
Yeah.
you know, for us, and I think it's a lot for a lot of other military families, the choosing of whether to sign on again to PCS 3 more times or to retire so our children can have the stability, have the programs that matter or that are needed. You know, what if they lose that service member just strictly
Yeah.
because of education in that area? And that's sad.
Yeah.
it really is. Yeah.
So it's not just affecting the kids, it's affecting our military.
Yeah. And I mean, you guys know how hard it is just as like an EFMP family in general to one, they won't even send you usually to a base that doesn't have resources for your child, or your EFMP family member. But then to move on
Theoretically.
and yeah, why can I say that? Theoretically. Oh my gosh.
Words
But
are hard, I'm telling you. Words are
words are hard. But then to go on to the next step and make sure that your EFMP child has got resources. I really think that if they would have passed that bill, it might have even taken a little bit of a burden off the EFMP program itself
Yeah,
and really,
for sure.
really benefited families. And that was a really big missed opportunity, I think, for military families.
Yeah, for sure. Hey guys, I noticed you have this really cool tags under your names. Military homeschool advocate. I missed my tag.
Wait, I don't know why you didn't put one on, girl.
I didn't put one on. But
Hold on.
you guys have worked so hard in times past to get, the register comment submitted for the Federal Register about homeschooling freedom and affidavits across state lines. And little birdie told me you guys
Perfect.
met with Cruz's team to talk about the Compass Act. Is that
No,
true?
hold on. Rita, you better toot your own horn. I was actually
Yeah, Rita, you were
not
there.
able. Yes, it was you two. I was just added on and didn't get to make the meeting. See,
I'm so sad that you
You
weren't able
see?
to meet.
We really needed you, but you
Yeah.
you helped write so much of that Federal Register comment talking about special education needs and how important it is for families to have access, just like Linda was talking about.
Yeah.
So and I think it surprises a lot of parents that they can actually get some of these services they need, maybe even faster as a military family outside of the school system, because you don't have to. Well, there is always the wait, though. Oh my gosh, there's always
Yeah.
the TRICARE wait. It's like before you can see
and
a specialist.
even if you can get the services, it's the navigating of the services. Sometimes it is easier for the school to navigate them. So I can't say that it's better to homeschool. I mean, of course I'd like if you want to do it, do it. Like I've enjoyed every moment, even the hard moments I've enjoyed. And I would never say I wish I could go stick my kids in public school. But public school is a good space when you find the right school.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. And I think that that's the unfortunate thing about military families. You don't get to pick. Usually you get what you get. Sometimes that's
Yeah.
on base, sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's right outside of the gate. And if you guys know anything about military bases, you know that usually that's a bad area. So
Yeah.
it
Like
it's
100%. 100%.
100%.
As a new military
It's walking
spouse,
distance.
yes, as a new
Yeah.
military spouse, I was like, I had this weird sense of like, oh, we're on base. We're super secure and safe. Like, how amazing is this? And then 99%
So
of
bad.
the bases around the perimeter of base are red-shirted or whatever that saying is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The service member cannot step foot into
Restricted.
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
talking.
post a picture of the chaos that they have created while I've been recording this podcast on our Facebook page. So if you tune in and listen to this after it's been posted,
You have to come help clean it up.
yeah,
See,
exactly.
homeschool kids are smart. They
Share
know
our
mom.
podcast or come clean it up.
Homeschool boss, right? As a military homeschool boss. So how did I?
Yeah.
We
You're
love
the
it.
final boss, Rita.
I'm the final boss. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
But
What?
that's crazy. I kind of miss sometimes when I know this is so stupid, but I know you had the last child, like the unexpected low child. But it's like, what do
What are you
remember
talking about, Rita?
walking around and bumping into all the paraphernalia, toddler paraphernalia. It's like now I walk around and like, why is this diet soda can here on the floor? How many diet soda cans do you need at night? When I walk into my son's room, he left me with like 20 Pepsi bottles on the floor. I'm like, dude, when he
I
went
would
back to
lose my
college,
mind, Rita. I would lose my mind.
it's done.
But I have
It's all right.
all of the levels right now. So it's not just toddler crazy at my house. It's high schooler crazy. We've got adult size, like toddler who is very particular and OCD about a lot of treasures. We call him the dragon because he's got all of these dragon hordes all over our house. And then you've got the toddler chaos. And then to add it, insult to injury, then we live on a farm and you've got who knows what on the shoes you just wore into the house. And you've got a dog that rolls in who knows what. And sometimes chickens get in the garage and they poop all over the
mouse in the car.
The mouse.
Oh, yeah, your mouse. Did you ever find it?
Yeah,
no,
did you ever find it?
I found a big trail of feces in the wheel well in the back seat, which I then vacuumed out. We put essential oil, homeschoolers and essential oils. Can I,
your potions?
My potions. I put some essential oil on some paper towels and shoved it up into the air vents because that's where it is. I can nose the smell out, but I cannot find the mouse. So thank God for hot temperatures because I think the thing has baked to a crisp and now we can't smell it as much as we did.
God.
I was actually going to tell you that desiccated mouse doesn't smell. No, seriously.
So you think it's alive?
No, it's just desiccated. It's all like a crispy, like you said.
Oh yes, that's what I was hoping for. It just crystallizes in there and then just quits smelling. A friend of mine did tell me to take my vehicle in, but I'm like, we've got the no pants brigade at our house again, so I can't really go into a public place and wait for them to tear my car apart. Here, let me sit in your waiting room with my
Hold on.
pantsless wonder.
Our viewers don't know what that is. Rita and I have been privy to it. You know, we know what it is,
I still think you
but they
should
have
try
no
it.
idea.
Pantsless wonder. The
Yeah.
pantsless
The
wonder. Okay.
pantsless wonder.
We have sensory needs apparently at our house that require no pants. We have been going strong with the no pants game since 2025. Last winter was a no coat, no pants kind of winter.
Basketball
when my
shorts.
mom- yes, well, we
Yeah.
finally got him to wear basketball shorts, but everybody that was in attendance to my mom's funeral in February saw it. He went to my mom's funeral just in undies and socks and shoes. Rocking a t-shirt and undies in February in North Dakota. It was great. It was great. Part of me can embrace it. Part of me wants to put myself in a padded cell somewhere. But thank God we homeschool, guys. We don't have to worry about going to public school.
That's
no
true.
pants.
That is true.
Education is not interrupted.
I feel like he's just my spirit animal, honestly. If I could just refuse to wear pants, I mean, I don't know. It's probably, pretty liberating if I'm being honest.
I mean, it has been in the hundreds here in Iowa, so
Yeah.
I get it. But
Exactly.
I mean, come on.
He's just trying to stay
Come on.
cool.
Throw your mom a bone here. So if there's any
Oh my
occupational
gosh.
therapists listening to our podcast, I would love some suggestions.
Oh my gosh, guys, this has been so fun.
Yesterday, I have to show you this because this is. Hold on a second. I gotta get this. All right, so inside this box, I don't know if you guys can see.
Is that the scorpion?
No, I did get one of those yesterday.
It's a lizard. It's a lizard. No.
Can you
It's
see
got
it?
wings.
Is it a land? Oh, is that a dragonfly?
No, this is the world's largest antlion. The giant
antlion.
Yeah, it's a damselfly, like it's a mature antlion. Like,
oh, okay.
They spend part of their time in the ground, with the little funnels that funnel ants into them, and then they eat them.
Oh my goodness, that is
Isn't that
so
amazing?
Cool.
So yeah, we collected this little guy. Say hello.
Is that a normal homeschooler thing? Because I feel like we have jars of treasures all over. We also
it is.
The cicada killer. Is that what it was in Arizona?
Yeah.
My husband found one and we have it in a jar somewhere. We also have petrified dinosaur poop.
That's kind of cool.
I
love coprolites.
Yeah.
So my kids did geology. Did I tell you this? My kids did geology with a published paleontologist. Like, he just wanted to teach them geology. So he would volunteer his time and come speak to our co-op. And he was like a published paleontologist. Yeah. So he did their geology. I didn't even have to do anything. Like, I was like, how did I luck out with this? This is awesome. And he went gold panning with them. Like gold panning with the kids. He would take them gold panning. Because you can do that out there. It was a lot of fun. So he just recently had something else published.
This is a rock from Crazy Horse. If you visit, they have a whole bucket, and you can take rocks from the actual monument.
How far is that along? How far is that along? Because I haven't seen it. I'm gonna look at
the hand almost done. So we were there 2 years ago, and the hand, there wasn't a lot. And I remember going in the 90s as a little kid and it barely being anything. So that's the coolest part about visiting that monument is seeing the progression because it's still in progress. And it's all private. They don't have federal anything, which I think is fantastic.
Yeah, that's probably helping.
It's amazing.
Homeschooler.
I've never been there.
Oh yeah, the freedom to travel. Holy crap. I mean, we can go. We used to do we did the Roberts Freedom Tour when we were on the East Coast, and we did we visited Mount Vernon, and we visited up. We visited the White House. We got in for a tour. We visited the museums. We did like all the battlefields and stuff because Virginia, right? And we just talked to docents, and we let them teach because they all are highly educated. And I don't remember opening a book per se, like except like a narrative book, like we read some of the
Yep.
stories about the Revolutionary War. But they'll never forget that. I mean, I don't know
Right.
where you can get that public school system
Exactly.
unless you
What
pay a
they
lot
have
of
like
money.
the one trip to DC in middle school if you're lucky, if you can afford it.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, I didn't go in middle school, but my daughter and I, we were just up in DC, and we toured everything. We went and met the senator, and all the good things, and that's something that you're not going to get, with public education. So
No, but
it
why
was
would you want to
special.
hang out with your daughter and go to the White
Yeah,
House
you're
or
right. You're right.
any
You
of the
know,
buildings? Ew. How could
I
you?
don't know. I would
Like
I
I don't
would
know.
runs on
crawl
Legos.
I would crawl on my hands and knees, okay, to get home to be with my family if I wasn't with them. That's what I would do. Because I love my family a
I don't
lot.
know. You want to
Hey,
just like
sometimes.
drag them to public school so you can, go and do whatever you want to do all day,
Mhm. Yeah. Spa
But
complain
what
about
if
your
days.
life.
Okay, I'd be working full time, but there's that.
Yeah, I guess. Oh
We
my gosh.
gotta
oh
we gotta block the frame here. Somebody just decided to walk behind me.
Uh, oh my gosh.
I
Oh
It's
don't
my
never
know.
a
gosh, you
dull moment
guys.
at my house. I must be the chaos in our coffee chaos and curriculum. Linda, you're the coffee, I'm the chaos, and Rita's the curriculum. Is that what we're doing?
I think so.
I think
I
we
think so.
switch roles. I think we switch roles. I've had enough
Yeah.
chaos in my life lately, but definitely today
Yeah.
you're the chaos, Ashley.
Gosh. Oh, so crazy.
I think like the past few episodes she's been the chaos. We had
I
like
know.
the
The
geese and the
goose, yeah.
ducks or the roost. Yeah, no, it was the goose. Yeah.
Yeah. Then my computer
Yeah,
overheated on
yeah.
the porch because I thought I could sit outside at a different space. I'm telling you, it's the chaos all the time.
Okay. It keeps it interesting.
I should get us shirts that say that, and then we can all wear them to the podcast and be our own individual selves. But I still like the title boss. So
Yeah,
I
I think
do.
that if
Miss
that fits you,
homeschool curriculum boss.
it definitely fits you.
Oh my gosh.
We
Well,
we
I
work for Rita.
suppose
Yeah.
we work for Rita.
Yeah.
Yes, we are your
No,
employees, Rita Roberts. Oh
Uh,
my gosh.
no, no. IRS, I do not claim them.
IRS, when
yeah,
you're done.
it's almost the first, right? I should be getting paid.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh,
exactly.
yeah.
I'm gonna send you my invoice for all those hours I've
Mm-hmm.
logged, Miss Roberts.
I
Oh
know
my
somebody
gosh.
else I should send an
I
invoice
couldn't
to.
afford you, Miss Barta. I could not
You could
afford you
Oh my gosh.
because you're so
I'd have
educated. Oh my gosh.
I'd have to give you a discount for all of the oopsies, the lates, the crazy. Jeez Louise. I have been on so many phone calls lately, you guys, with CEOs, and somebody screams in the background, and I'm like, I swear I'm professional. And I am not. Oh, that's
Oh my
funny.
gosh.
Well, I suppose we should say goodbye on another episode, save some more gabbing for the 5th episode. I love talking to you guys. It's unscripted as always. Chaos, coffee, and curriculum chatting. Oh, we are now available on Spotify, though. That was exciting.
It's right there. There's the link.
Yep.
Do you see it?
There's the
The
link.
link other way. The other
The
way.
other way. Oh.
Yeah, there you
here?
go.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah, right there.
It's this way on my screen. Weird.
Interesting.
Either
There you
way,
go.
Chaos.
whatever.
Chaos.
Figure it out. It's chaos. Yeah, like that. Exactly. And we are happy to be here and just keep sharing and I did actually post on our Facebook page and ask for suggestions on some topics. So if our listeners want to hear a specific curriculum choice analysis from us other than Apologia, we can do that.
I'd be happy
Or
to help.
any of those, yeah, exactly. Any of those other
Mhm.
resources. So join the chaos next time. Thanks for
All
tuning in,
right.
guys.
Wow.
Bye, guys.
Go enjoy your coffee. Bye.
Bye.